Hari Om. What appealed to me is Pujya Gurudev's sensitivity to another's feelings. On an occasion when served with a dish of saltless paneer, he chose not to criticize the hostess as he saw the love of the hostess behind the offering. Sensitivity is nothing but respect for another. If God dwells in each of us, respect for another is nothing short of true worship.
We become one with our Guru. We tune in with him when we give him complete control. We lose in life nothing at all, but gain a multitude of benefits with the right attitude. With complete surrender, the path is brighter around the bend, filled with joy, peace and happiness, and we can achieve greatness even in the smallest of gestures, even when it is just the touch of his hand.
Consistency is an important value to success. It develops routines and forms habits that shape our inner and outer personalities. With consistency and dedication, one can experience greatness in every aspect of life. Pujya Gurudev's life depicts this, and this inspires me to implement this value. My daily practice of yoga and meditation keeps me on this path.
I spent decades suffering from severe spiritual deprivation, starving for affection, affirmation, appreciation, approval and attention, but nothing took my hunger away. With the teachings and blessings of Pujya Gurudev, I identified that one spiritual nutrient, and that was awareness.
What inspired me most from the teachings of our Pujya Gurudev is his penchant for small details. I have learned that missing out on small details makes a big difference in the outcome of our actions.
Who am I? What is my purpose? I seek answers to these questions to quench my mental thirst. But before I jump high, I must take baby steps and learn to find greatness in small things first. Instead of wandering with pointless ambition, trying to make false conviction, I must live in the moment, practice focus, determination and devotion. I pray out of fear to steer away the trifles I dare not face. But I must understand that it's trifles that make perfection, and strength to face I can gain with my Guru's kind gaze.
Every breath a teaching, God and his worship. God is omnipotent, yet we seek him in various places of worship. They're just forms of God we seek, as we cannot comprehend the formless. There is only one God, the Brahman, the ultimate truth. God is omnipotent in the animate and inanimate. He is in you, me, and everyone. Reach out to him with faith and devotion, and he will come to you through his chosen route. Accept his will as prasadam, since nothing happens without his will. We should accept him with gratitude and perform our duties according to his call without postponement. God is beyond words. He is inconceivable, yet his divine presence can be seen, felt, perceived everywhere. God is seated in the hearts of everyone around us. When we call out to God, however, it should be with every fiber of our being. It should be as if our next breath depends on it, not a half-hearted whisper, but a full-throated call. How do we know that God is working in and through our lives? None of us have far to look. Observe any incident in your life which seemed impossible to deal with and where there were no answers. Then remember how the way appeared, the situation got resolved. Voila, you have the answer. It seemed a miracle then. You must understand it was God holding you and guiding you throughout. God to me is my Father, whom I love and worship. He is always with me, talking and communicating through all walks of life, sharing my joys and sorrows, guiding me, reprimanding me, inspiring me, and telling me to keep quiet and be dynamically silent. God is not a form. God is a state of consciousness. In order to conceive of the idea, a form is given. God in various forms is a state of consciousness to be reached. He is the one in all, and His will be done. God supports everything, and everything is God. As soon as we are born, God is within, and around us. From the first to the last breath, He never fails to make us aware of His existence. Recognize Him, adore Him, and offer unto Him your best. The Lord of the universe is there in all and all in Him, in me and you, and every little thing. At times sublime, at times exalted, through every inch of existence entwined, and though we may falter, is always kind, giving without reserve, be it rain or shine. The Lord divine is a state of being, an inexplicable feeling. To know Him, be still, be silent, and call to Him with all your being. In slow, steady steps, advance to that feeling, then invoke Him and wait with alert expectation, till naught remains, all wiped out. Then to that divine light reach out, give divinity a chance, to aid all that is great and good in you to enhance.
At every breath, a teaching, sin, hell, and heaven. A repentant businessman who has spent his entire life in adharmic actions by indulging his negative vasanas fears going to hell. Swamiji assures him he will not.
Pujya Gurudev says, no one is beyond redemption.
The call of self-redemption is internal. It comes from love and not suffering, a love that draws us back to the bosom of the Supreme.
Heaven and hell are right here, right now. They are states of mind created by our actions.
Accepting our own mistakes is the first step to spiritual growth.
With renewed hope, follow your Swadharma, but imbibe nobler values along the way to achieve liberation.
We can achieve perfection through self-effort, honest reflection, and by challenging our beliefs and motives, the right actions follow automatically.
Move towards dharmic actions. Remove the veil of ignorance through Shravanam, Mananam, and Nididhyasanam, and identify with pure consciousness within you.
Pause and move ahead with caution, dropping sinful thoughts and action. The path ahead comes in view. March ahead, a purified you.
No matter how dark and difficult the path, a leap of faith is all He asks. His supreme grace will carry you through. Have faith, that's all you need to do.
Pujya Gurudev Swami Chinmayananda has beautifully enunciated in the book In Every Breath a Teaching his interpretation of what sin, heaven and hell mean in Vedantic scriptures. What is heaven and what is hell? Is it a place to go after we die? No, says Pujya Gurudev. Heaven and hell are not two distinct areas in space, but right here with us. They are two states of our own mind. When our mind is peaceful, calm and joyous, we are in heaven. When our mind is agitated, disturbed and turbulent, we create hell for ourselves. He says, you know you are in a happy space when your outer success is aligned with your inner peace and all human connections are allied. Gurudev says, man is not punished for his actions, but by his actions. It's the misery, guilt and regret that an act which is against our conscience or higher nature brings with it that creates total turmoil in our mind. Such actions are called sins or self-insulting actions. Pujya Gurudev gives examples of how different faiths and people have completely different concept of heaven and hell. An agitated person from a different faith once came up to him questioning his elucidation about heaven and hell. The man was raging with so much anger that he could not even complete his question. Pujya Gurudev explained it was his very same anger and rage that was in fact the living hell he was in. Another devotee confessed that he was a sinner and asked if he would get redemption or go to hell. Pujya Gurudev said to him, "You will not go to hell. You are already there. Your sins are punishing you even now." He used the analogy of sleep and said, when you say you are going to sleep, you really don't go anywhere physically. Similarly, you don't go to either heaven or hell. The going is from one state of mind to another. Pujya Gurudev advises that by regular study, sadhana and firm determination, we should step by step make an effort to conquer one's ego and acquire noble values in life. This will ensure our achieving liberation from these relative states of mind, leading to the supreme reality, the one consciousness that pervades all. Thus, liberation is a state of abiding in the reality, the self or pure consciousness, the state, once reached, from which nobody ever returns.